What if I told you sleeping could change your life? Me and you need to talk about sleep, and I think we both know why. We're not getting any. There are so many benefits to getting a good night of sleep. What is sleep? How are we affected when we don't sleep? And some practical things you can do to get some better sleep. What are the benefits of sleep? Firstly, what is sleep? There are two types of sleep: non-rapid eye movement and rapid eye movement sleep. NREM sleep is divided into 1, 2, 3, 4 stages, and REM sleep is just the one stage itself. Each stage is defined by a measurement of how much electrical activity is happening in the brain using an EEG. And REM, for non-rapid eye movement sleep, is the transitional period from wakefulness to sleep. During this period, you can easily be interrupted by a disruptive noise. Stage 2. Now you're going deeper into sleep, and this is characterized further by the slowing of your heartbeat and your breathing. During this time, you need something slightly louder to wake you up. Stages 3 and 4 we're going to combine. This is the final stage of non-REM sleep. This is the deepest period of your sleep. Your heartbeat and your breathing slows down to their lowest levels. Your muscles are so relaxed. It may be hard to awaken you at this period of time. And you'd hate if anybody did wake you up. Like, leave me alone, mom. Stages 3 and 4 are deep. REM sleep is where you find the deepest. Here at this point, REM sleep is defined by rapid eye movements and an almost complete paralysis of the body. And this is during the time when we begin to dream. Our body goes through these stages 4 to 5 times each night, from non-REM sleep to REM sleep. Cycles earlier in the night tend to have more non-REM sleep, while later cycles have higher proportion of REM. Now, what are the effects of not sleeping or having poor sleep habits? Matthew Walker, he's a clever boy, is a professor of neuroscience and psychology at the University of California, Berkeley, and founder of the director of the Center of the Human Sleep Science. His research examines the impact of sleep on human health and disease. In his book called Why We Sleep, he essentially alludes to the fact that the shorter you sleep, the shorter your lifespan. Let that sink in for a moment. What are the detrimental effects of neglecting sleep? In Matthew Walker's book, he gives examples such as your creativity is impacted, your problem-solving skills are impacted, decision-making, learning, memory, heart health, brain health, mental health, emotional well-being, and your immune system is compromised, all because of neglecting sleep. In an article titled Raising Awareness of Sleep as a Healthy Behavior, insufficient sleep can be detrimental in our daily lives. Now, what is insufficient sleep? Adults who have fewer than 7 hours of sleep per night have greater difficulty concentrating, remembering, and performing other daily activities than those who sleep 7 to 9 hours. This also affects children and adolescents who get insufficient sleep, have impaired behavior, and they're a little bit extra moody. Insufficient sleep is also associated with depression and also leads to deficits in cognition. Other examples are reduced alertness and slow reaction time. And this can end up in medical errors, workplace injuries, and even accidents that occur on the road. You having insufficient sleep even puts the public at risk. For example, according to research findings continue to underscore early concerns about public safety. A major industrial disaster, which ended up in an oil spill, was linked to inadequate sleep. When we are sleep deprived, we are even more emotionally sensitive. You walk into your office or you walk into your classroom, you realize somebody touched your pencil, and all of a sudden, an extreme reaction of, "Who is touching this?" just comes out of you. Yeah, maybe it's time you go night-night. So, what is the sweet spot to getting sufficient sleep, you ask? Let me tell you, about 7 to 7.5 hours. That is what the consensus evaluations of more than 1,000 scientific articles have concluded. Regularity. Go to bed at the same time and wake up at the same time. Regularity is king. Even when you're tempted to stay up really late during those weekends, stay consistent. Temperature. Keep the room cool. It turns out that your brain and your body need to drop their core temperature to about 1 degree, and this is why you'll find it much easier to fall asleep in a room that's too cold than too hot. So, if you live in Glasgow, just open up the window and you'll freeze to death. Don't do that. Darkness. We are constantly flooded with light. We need darkness. Join the dark side, specifically in the evening, to trigger the release of the hormone called melatonin. Melatonin helps regulate the healthy timing of our sleep. So in the last hour before you lay your head on that pillow and go to bed, dim down the lights in your house, put away the computer, put away the iPhones. You'd be quite surprised at how sleepy you start to feel. And if you'd like, you can wear an eye mask. Caffeine and alcohol. A good rule of thumb is stay away from caffeine in the afternoon and try your absolute best not to go to bed tipsy. So what are the benefits of sleep? A good night's rest allows you to recover from illnesses, deal with stress, solve problems, and consolidate memories, and improves motor skills. Whoa. Just a little disclaimer here. If you're suffering from a sleep disorder, such as insomnia or sleep apnea, then these tips are not really going to work for you. Go see a professional. When I mean professional, go talk to your doctor. You know, the GP. Sleep is non-negotiable. Every living organism needs sleep. You need it. You need it. What's the evidence for it? Try not going without it.